Hey guys, this will just be a quick video with few improvements and fixes. And first thing I want to fix is the inventory. So when you have it open, you wouldn't be able to interact with the items behind it. And to do that, let's open our interface widget. And we have done something similar in the trader widget. We just need to go here in the functions and override on key down. In here we'll get a key. And check if that key equals whatever key you have for opening your inventory. For me it's I. And then do branch. If it's false, we won't do anything because we're pressing the wrong key. But if it's true, we're going to close the inventory. So go to player blueprint and find this I press. Here we got the flip-flop to open and close inventory. We can just create custom event, call closed inventory, and we'll connect it here after the flip-flop. And here we need to change it input mode. Now at the moment we do have game and UI. We need to change it to UI only. So set input mode UI only, which will block all the keyboard keys. Interface reference goes here. And one more thing, we need to set that it is focusable. So from the interface reference, set is focusable to true. Perfect, that is all. Compile and save. And now back in interface, we can just get a player reference, which we don't have here. So let's create it. Drag this back. And we'll cast to player blueprint. Get player character. And promote it to a variable called player reference. And once we have it, go back to on key down event, and on true we'll get the player reference. Just in case, right click and convert to validated get, because if you were spamming the key, maybe sometimes it would happen that it doesn't create the reference on time. So if it's valid, only we need to from the player reference call close inventory. Compile and save. Make event reply here. Now compile and save. And now if we open the inventory, I'm trying to press E for my pickup items. It doesn't do anything. Any other keys don't work, so I'm not moving. I can't move the mouse in the background either because this widget now has a focus, but I can change everything here. It all works fine. Now if I press I close the inventory. Open and close, okay? And the reason we're actually not using the flip-flop anymore, because we are closing the inventory from this E key down, so you would think that you can disconnect it and call just close inventory, but what this does is it takes that same input even if you flash it, and when you close the inventory it just instantly reopens it. And I think it came with a new update because it wasn't doing it for me in the previous one, and I tried enhance input and everything else, so I don't know what it is. But if you do the flip-flop that we had before, Control and Z, then it actually runs it again and checks if it's open or closed. So it will, when you're closing the inventory, it will still run through it and do the other thing. So it will work this way. Compile and save. And now we can do one slight change in the trader widget, because I have added delay here and I'm really trying to avoid delays. It's not a good habit to have in a project. So here when we're doing destroy self, Instead, we're going to open Trader Blueprint. So go to NPCs, Trader Blueprint, and in the event graph, we're going to do something similar than we did in a player. We're going to, on interact, we're going to flip flop. And on B, we can copy this part from the trader. Copy it without the delay. Go back to Trader Blueprint, paste it here. And on B, we will remove from parent, set input mode to game only, and hide my mouse cursor. And we'll create custom event, which will be close trader. It's a custom event, my bad. Custom event and close trader widget. And connect it here. We do have set is focusable in the trader, I think in the trader widget. We do it here on the beginning, so that's fine. And then we're doing exactly the same thing. So now if you compile and save, remove from parent is the trader widget reference. We do have it here. And just in case, do right click and convert to validated get as well. And only if this is valid, we will remove from parent. And now we need to call it on close trader widget. I mean, in the trader widget, we need to call it on key down. And instead of destroy self, we're going to get the trader reference, which is trader blueprint, and call that close trader widget. Now in event graph, you can remove this destroy self. Don't need it anymore. Compile and save. And now if you go to trader, you can open and close, but same thing, you can't do anything else in the background, you can't interact. And this still works fine. Now while we're here, the next thing I want to change is this slider. So here it will display the actual value of the multiple items we're buying or selling, and also the weight. And to do that, let's open our slider. So slider widget, in here I'm going to move it up. Position X will, position Y will be maybe -20. This one needs to go, it's 4, so -16. I'll move these buttons to the side, so position X will be 50. And this one will be -50. And now I'm going to add new border to this canvas panel. Doesn't need to be that big, I'll change it to 80 and 30, padding to 2. Let's anchor it to the middle, offset position Y by 10, and position X will be -50. Now I only want to draw it as border, so draw as border in appearances, and now we won't see anything unless we change the margin to 1, but on all of them. It will just give us thin border, and we can change the tint to this color of the bar. I'll paste it here. Now in here I need to add canvas panel, otherwise we can't have more than one child. So border, canvas panel, and inside I'm going to add image. This image will be the gold icon. Size, I'll make it 20 and 20. And that way I'll change the border padding to 5, so it's in the middle. And for the color, I can get it from the tooltip. So if you have a color on it, just copy the same one from here. Copy, paste it, and we do have same color. And now I just need to add text. Add it to the same canvas panel. Let's first change the size of font to maybe 12. 10. 12 should be fine, otherwise it will be too small. And now this can only be like maybe 50 size X or 60. Size Y will be 20. And it will be position X25. Maybe only 22. How much gold we can fit? Oops, that order. Text. Alright, so I pretty much can fit 100,000 gold, which is more than enough. I'll move this to 20. There we go. But this won't be as high. And then now we have it created. We can rename this text to multiple cost or multiple value or multiple gold text. Check is variable. And let's duplicate this whole border. Control and D. And now anchor this one to middle as well, but it will be position 10 and minus 50 this time. Oh, 50, my bad. This one will change to weight. Icon. Color I will get from my tooltip in case you have a color. Copy it, paste it here. And this one will be for the text, will be multiple weight text. Compile and save. Now we do need to set it. Let's first see what it looks like. So right click on this and you got this value. I'm gonna move it just slightly lower. So this first border will be 14. Second one will be 14 as well. And then I'll make this slider longer as well. So 250. Maybe even 260. And then text next to it needs to go minus 20, minus 30, minus 10. There we go. And to set it, go to graph. Now again, we can go from the inventory dropping items, or we can go from the trader icon. So we need to do switch event. So let's go to event graph, create a new custom one, which will be custom event, and set multiple text. In here we'll have to get the slider type. We'll switch, connect it here from inventory icon. Alright, let's do the inventory first. So we need to cast to inventory icon. Object will be parent widget reference. As inventory icon we can get it item info because we don't have it here in the slider. We'll break it open, and here we will get the not crafting, but my bad, item value, and break that open. And also we'll get weight. But first let's get the multiple gold text, set text. Connect it here, and the text for multiple gold will be the value of the slider multiplied, if it's going from the inventory, it's the sell price that we're going to display when we're dropping items. And for multiple weight text, we're going to set text, and for weight it's just going to be this value multiplied by weight. It will convert it for us because I want to have it in float. I want to see the weight exactly, and then connect it. Okay, and that is just from the inventory. So when we're dropping the items, we can actually copy this whole part. We'll just change it slightly. So from the trader icon, we need to, for the price here, let's maybe move this down. Weight will be the same, but here we need to cast to trader inventory icon, trade inventory icon, connect the parent widget reference, and then from here we can get item info. Remove this part and connect it back. Now here for the price, for the gold, we also need to get variable called is buy icon. We're going to select integer, and if it's a buy icon, so we're buying from merchant, that is the price times the value. So we can get this price times the value goes to A because we're buying, and for B it's going to be value times price. I did it all the way around. This needs to be price because we're buying, and this needs to be sell price because we're selling. That goes to B, and now we can connect it here, and the weight will be the same. Now this event set multiple text we need to set on the beginning, so call it here. No, that's on value changed. So on event construct set multiple text, and on value changed when we're moving the slider, also put it here. Now compile and save. Let's see if that works. Pick up some items, go here, and now I open the slider. You can see one of these costs 250 and the weight is 0.1, and if I keep changing it, it multiplies it, and I think it's just a little bit close to the gold icon, and that works from here. And if I close the trader and I also try to drop multiple, it's not setting it. So from the inventory it doesn't work. Slider, go to from inventory to this custom event, item info, set text, okay, I just realized that it's actually the inventory icon is not the parent, it's the options widget, so we can't cast to inventory icon. There's not really a way to get it. So from the options widget, the way we can get this item info. Do we have a player reference? We do have player reference. So instead of casting here, we're going to get a player reference, get inventory. Actually, we still need to cast. So let's cast, but this time to options widget, which is the parent. So cast to options widget. Parent widget reference is the object, and as option widget we'll get in inventory index. And since we have inventory index, we can now get the player reference, get inventory, get a copy of the item, get a copy on this index, and it will give us the item info, which we can just connect here and connect it back. No, it might seem a little bit complicated, but it all works fine. So compile and save. Alright, let's see. So pick up some items, right click, drop item. Now we do have weight, and it's moving with the slider. So 2, 4, 6, 1.5. Alright, and we can drop multiple items as well, still as before. And here the same thing. I'll test it out one more time. Perfect. And one last thing I'm going to do is just move it slightly, because that text is too close to the icon. So this will be 22 again, maybe even 24. 24. Cool, and that's it. So fixes are done, improvements are done. Now we can move on with maybe dressing the merchants, the traders. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.